Everybody, we're coming to you today from the North Pole. You might be able to hear I-80, so I-80's been rerouted this afternoon. Anyway, when people ask me, what are you doing when you're running a mile in every town in Iowa? And I always say, it's the people, it's the places that you see, and the food. And every time that I go out for a day, I usually run at least one person. Well, last Saturday I got 7 towns. I was way up in northwest Iowa, and I actually ran into 3 different people. So the first time I ran in was Burt, and there was a Miller's Bicycle Shop. Now, Burt, Iowa maybe has 400 people in it. It was a Saturday. They were open on Saturday from 10 to 2, and the wind was really blowing, and I forgot a face covering, and I was so cold. I thought, well, maybe they'll have some cold weather gear in there. Well, I go in there, nope, it's just bikes, a few bike helmets. But the owner of the shop, Mr. Miller, or Mr. Meyer rather, he had more cool stuff in there. And I was in there for 15 minutes, and he was telling me about this cycle and that cycle, this collector item, that collector item. He had a cycle, and I'll post pictures of this, that was made in the Soviet Union. It was all the wording was in Russian, had USSR on it, had CCCP on it. And then, I'd been there maybe 15 minutes. He goes, hey, you want to go over to the warehouse? I got things chock full. It's like, I got to get going, sir. So it was very informative. He had a 2010 competition jersey from the Tour de France there that was the only one from that year that been to the United States, and so then from there I went up to a town of Bancroft, which is the home of Mr. Porkchop for Ragbri fans. And I was running there. It was very windy, so I stayed in the center of town, and I ran from north to south because the wind was from the west. I was coming back to the north to finish a mile, and this house in the corner had a beware of dogs sign on it. It's not too uncommon, but as I crossed that property and crossed the street right by it, the door swung open, and prior to getting to that house, I heard someone in there doing like an Indian whoop, like woo, woo, woo. I just thought some kids were in there messing around. Well, the door kicks open. There was a beware of dog sign on the house, and I could hear the dog come out. Also, somebody else came out. I didn't bother looking back because I thought it was my ass. And a big old, he yells 2 words like blank nation. Now, in my ear, I maybe hear like Aryan Nation or Cherokee Nation, but I'm not sticking around to find out what nation it is. I just raise my fist in solidarity and get the hell out of there. But when he comes out, after he yells, he does another big old war cry like, woo! It's like, what kind of guy is behind me? I didn't stick around to find out. So that's the second town. The third town, and I stopped, was Ringstead, and I had stopped there to eat at this Smoking Firehouse 20, had a kick-ass tenderloin, and then I get done with that, I run my mile, still cold, wind blowing, but I'm taking my pictures and I shoot a video there because that mile in Ringstead had completed Emmet County. And this pickup truck comes down Main Street, slow rolls me, gets to the stop sign and turns around, comes at me. This guy's windows down, and I introduce myself and tell him what I'm doing there. Well, this gentleman driving that pickup truck, his name's Lightning. I said, well, what's your real name? He goes, what's your real name? He says, I go by Lightning. I said, I get it. I'm from Manning. People call me Scooter from there. And Lightning is ready to tell me everything that he knew about Ringstead, Iowa. He told me a few facts, and I had to be at a thing in Sac City, so I thank Lightning for the information he gave me about Ringstead, but I could still be there, and Ringstead would be dropping the Ringstead knowledge on me. So I just want to tell it was just too long a story to put in words. I want to do a video shop. Till the next town, or next poll rather, Godspeed.